think that may be a bit too terrifying. It fits with the video. Hello, I'm Stephen Mason. Now, I was going to have a bit more light than this. Fucking hell, bright light. I just want to keep... Oh, I can't look at that. Too much light. So, I'm a little bit light on my face. So, there's going to be a few clips. You're going to see a couple of outtakes. They're not very fresh in my memory. A couple of them are. I'll try and think about what they are. But there's going to be a few outtakes for the start of this video. And then I'll be back at the end to tell the epic story of how this video ended up happening. Huh? I think I've just met one of your other housemates.
That's me. Hello, nice to meet you.
Have you?
Fucking just doing a music video with it.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Will it get killed?
Gotta kill him with some string.
How delightful.
That's totally an outtake.
Oh! Oh my god!
That's an outtake for you.
Oh, I knew that was going to be on camera.
Thanks, Matt Davies, for lending us your little toy gun.
Big warehouse.
What are you doing in here?
Fuck
knows. We're about to film one of the first scenes because obviously I'm meant to be clean shaven, so we're going to put that into the video. And we found this amazing sink. I mean, it's trashed, but there's a problem with it. I was like, oh yeah, I can just get ready here. Yeah. So, I think that's an outtake really. So production slowed down because I don't shave often. In fact, I can't even remember last time I shaved. And I haven't bit myself. I just want to give it a shout out to the trip wasted dreads over. It's covered. It was fresh. I thought this was the perfect one. And it's getting destroyed. And we're in this grim as fuck bathroom. I tell you what, this toilet is not as dirty as the one I was in LA. Cut the last footage. So hi guys in the States. Hopefully I'm done. Hopefully.
Yeah, the tiki fire, yeah. I'm not Friday, what is that? That's 7%, isn't it?
Oh, come on.
Oh, do you want to, Monkey, camera mate, please. This is mine. Okay, I have another shave. Okay.
Do you see what I mean? It's fucking full. It's full of wood. I'm pigeon hunting just for a shot. You're not pigeon hunting, I'm pigeon hunting. Hello. Right, this is the first interview. Here's the first look at the room before. It's been a funny night because we've got here, Matty's downstairs, so is Glenn, so is Turner. Yeah. But we're not trying to join the quiz because we're going to have this in some kind of order. Massive shout out to Jeff now. I always talk about Jeff. It's not this Jeff, it's just Jeff in general. And Brittany put a jump out on Facebook, anyone got a smoke machine? And Jeff, a guy I know from the past, who's always been awesome and cool, a DJ from the past and concert. Yeah, just come borrow a massive haze machine next to the Yeti over there. The Yeti is my stand-in for when we're doing the lighting test and stuff like that. All this is to move, so yeah, lots to do. Interesting outtake, or part of the making of, I should say. These, right, they're heavy. I don't think I can even lift one of them on my own. Now, the room I'm in, the building I'm in, it's old courthouse. And this is the, look at that. That's a legit sign, look. And I just realised on the door as well, this is actually the judge chambers, so they're officially holding stuff, you know what I mean? There we go, as my lighting technician gets ready.
Hi.
Yeah, it's a legit door. The smoke machine is revving up in the background. There's one thing I learned off Mark McQueen, you can never not have too much smoke, especially when it comes to a music video. The problem being, the smoke alarm's right up there, and there's a fucking room full of people downstairs doing the quiz. So, we've asked for the... Yeah, we've got it switched off anyway. We're just going to see what it looks like. Everything's looking okay, and we're probably going to do Lucky Flit's review as well while we're here anyway. So taking advantage of the lights and stuff. So yeah. So here I am in the outtakes, whatever this is for. We're in Heaton. It's coming up 10 o'clock at night. We're glowing. Leon's about to die. How do you pronounce the name of this song?
ASASSN15LH.
It's the brightest element in the entire galaxy.
It's the brightest supernova
Brightest supernova.
in the galaxy.
So I changed it into an assassin. That's where I got the idea from. It's getting late. It's getting cold, colder than a Yeti. But it's always time for some bingo.
So colour coordinated right now.
56. How do these even go back in? Oh, there's a little bird cage here. Dogger.
That is definitely a fucking outtake.
So, what's happening?
Corey Feldman's coming to HorrorCon!
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're in the middle of shooting a music video and this is the thing, and Thingy over here just had to leave and go and sit down somewhere.
Thingy. I couldn't stand, my legs were shaking that much. Oh my god. It's like Taylor and Robbie all over again. Oh my god!
I just remember what's funny after the whole the sync failure was the fact that it was just after that, or maybe just before that. It was the first night of setup. That's when we found out that Corey Feldman was actually going to be at HorrorCon, and it was just like that. When I found that out, I was like, shit. Like I didn't want, like, I probably would have preferred Britain not to tell us, you know. But it was pretty, I mean, it ended up working out amazing, like, but again, that could have proper through us that night.
Well, you did? Oh, look at that, look at that.
I know, that's amazing. Good.
Now that's the great thing about coming to Europe. You have real movies.
Mitch's death, the censored version, when he gets shot and he fell against the street.
Alright.
Yeah, Mitch is pretty cool. I'll get to talking about that in a bit later on. Just talking about the outtakes, especially Leon. Never got to see Star is Born. I don't think Leon's seen Star is Born since.
Kill me now! Mom! Never got to watch Star is Born!
Okay, so there are a few outtakes, some highlights from the video. It's not much daft. Where did this video come from? Now, I've been planning this in my head for a couple of weeks, and the video has been now finished for about a month. It's been submitted for a month. I'm very happy for Leon and where he's going. His album's coming out. And it's counting down. I think it's out in a week on Friday, so I'm making this video for my channel and stuff like that because it's going to come out of nowhere. So I'm going to quickly tell you the origin story. Now, I'm on the spot and I'm just going to rant. It's probably be an epic rant, but rattle, rattle, rattle. So let's go back a bit. So before the era of YouTube, and when you used to basically have to have a VHS cassette, let's borrow the Care Bears of all things down here, and like you would pretty much post a cassette like to somebody. So I was like 19, 20. I was definitely 21 when I was signed, so I was about 20-year-old. And how you get recognised in that back in the day when you had YouTube, and you know, you would basically make a showreel, and showreels are very important, and you would send it out to anyone who was doing anything to try and get some notification, get some kind of work, any kind of work, you know. And that was it. And going into the era of like MySpace, Facebook, and then YouTube, as a case, a showreel became quite an important thing to have. And I would say like there's a lot of creative side early days for me, taking music and, you know, making footage to music and trying to make some work of it, even though it makes no sense. You like the music, you don't like the music. But then it gets the case when you go, right, I want to make something out of it, you got to have the rights to use that music. You can't just use anyone else's music. So you try to express your creativity early on. So I was lucky enough to work with some great bands early on in my career, and every year, and it stopped, but every year, probably around now, August time, August going in the new year, you sort of rev yourself up. You go, right, I need a new show reel. What have I done new this year? How am I going to get out myself out there next year, make next year better than this year, and what have I filmed this year and put forward? And it just, you think about it and you fucking totally overthink it, rather than just taking your best highlights and sticking the music to it. Now, Oliver Harper basically said it the best to me about change for the better. Like, what is your show reel like? What is your show reel wanting to get? And let's go back to, so I would say I've got 3 main show reels, not including like early ones with Bill Podmore's Nose, Needless and stuff like that. But so when I first met Stump 66, about 2005, 2006, fucking won't be that, it'll be 2008, so it's after the tournament. So probably the original big show reel would have been Laconia versus the tournament, when I took the tournament trailer. And at the time I'd filmed Scott and the guys in the studio, and I sort of took that, merged it with that, added some little bits. It's probably a good one to actually bring back, actually, yeah. So Laconia versus the tournament's actually the first video I think I uploaded ever on YouTube as well. But you would literally take a trailer, which I couldn't edit it. Well, I could edit it, but I couldn't, I didn't have anything left or right of the frame to use. It had to be down there, the audio was obscure, and then you would take the song and you make it work to the beat, and that's what kind of editing I love. And there was a lot of fun there, and it was fucking mental, because the producer really saw potential, and that led to working on the tournament, and it led to opening and stuff, and it was pretty cool. Like, technically you have Danny doing Jules in one of your music videos, and Sebastian Foucault, because they were in the original pilot, and Rachel Grant was in it as well, which is really cool, because I got to work her later on in life as well. So I done that, and then the tournament came and happened. I went away and worked on the tournament for a long time, and then I was branching out. Right, what's next? The tournament's done. What we're doing now? And the Stomp 66 came about, and they were a very impressive band. The Driven EP was really impressive. I took the song Creed, even though I don't have many religious beliefs and what the song really pushes for. It's sort of like I took elements of the tournament, took elements of everything, and I just crashed it with the music, because I love editing to the beat, like, and I made it just to send to the band and goes, right, this is what I would probably do if you give us the chance to do your music video, and beep beep beep. And basically they really liked it, and I became really good friends with the guys. I ended up doing 3 music videos. So I did Adrenaline Surge, which I really pushed myself location wise, and I did Frontline because we had enough time during the day, and because we even had more time left, we've actually filmed 2 takes of Creed. So once I'd done Adrenaline Surge and I'd done Frontline, which turned out better and ended up getting doubly used for Killing the Border movie, because that music video turned out really cool. Creed was re-edited as a showreel. But now you had Stomp actually in the video, and you had exclusive footage to the showreel, and that was pretty cool. But it excluded all the other bands, and like a lot of my stuff is live band footage. Jump cut. Wow, did a podcast the other night and totally forgot to delete that off the camera. Well, that was good. It was only an hour and a half, so brilliant. Well done, Stephen. As I say, this is unplanned. So anyway, there's only Stomp 66. There's only times you can, like, the video was a very onslaught. And as I say, the song's not a religious belief, but it's a very assaulting video in a way, like video wise, footage wise, clashed together. It really tells no story. So that showreel is important. So that showreel was done. Anyway, moved on. So a couple of years later, Killing the Boredom's made, and This Is Just Life is about 80% developed. And This Is Just Life is my reality show. And there's a lot to take in, and again, my showreel after that, and basically what happened with that one was, as a sideline, because This Is Just Life was meant to have 12 people interviewed for the show. It ended up having 74, 75 people interviewed for it over the course of a year. So there's a lot to develop. There was a lot of waiting around, there was a lot of stuff to develop. So in the meantime, I started editing a pipe dream edit for Trigger Inside, the song by Therapy. Now Therapy is one of my favourite bands. And at this moment, tomorrow, I actually find out if I'm filming Therapy. Which, touch wood. So anyway, it was a pipe dream, but it started going somewhere, and I felt that this time we're making a show reel that I could sort of like express where I was going, kind of thing, to it. Relate to the song a little bit, the Trigger Inside, using the archive, using the bands, and it really started to snowball to the fact where I went, right, this is just more than a pipe dream now, but what's Therapy going to say? And Therapy literally messages back and said, yeah, it's alright, we want to see it first though. And I'd probably shit myself. So about 2 days later, I'd spent 48 hours probably just editing this show reel to the best I possibly could. And Therapy approved it, they really liked it, they were really nice about it. And it's now banned in 236 countries because of the copyright claim on the video. Which, right, fine, whatever. But again, Therapy's seen it was fine. I used it for a show reel, you can see it on the channel, but it's banned in most countries. Won't play it back because of the YouTube copyright, even though I've got permission from Therapy. The record label's a different story, it's an old song, whatever. So yeah, that show reel sort of it was a quick and cheap pop anyway. So my life changed dramatically, and I made a show reel called Change for the Better. And the song from the past, I heard it, I've always loved that song. It's by Drill, so it's written by my friends Scott and Jeff. And Drill used footage of Scott from Laconia, and they made their own music video. And Drill only had like a 3-track EP, and they went off to do. They did 2 gigs. They did one in Trillions and one in Germany. Short-lived thing. It's great that Jeff and Scott have reunited and did a track on Scott's new solo album, which is awesome. And I'm actually starting to work on Scott's music video for Stand in the Rain this weekend. So everything comes full circle really. So my life wasn't great, and I made a show reel, and every time I see that show reel, it's exactly what I designed it to be. It reminds me of who I am and where I came from. It gives me a reminder of all the footage that's just stuck in the archive, and it shows you what I can really do when I put my mind to it. The flip side of it is it sends so many different mixed messages off. I mean, for one, Farewell Goodbye is the original name of the song, and I changed it to Change for the Better, Better in FA and all that kind of stuff, you know, like bring better into the title. And I was generally wanting to change my life. I was wanting to better myself, and that's why in the video it takes the old archive footage from 20 years, and I'm standing near enough in the same location, and it goes into HD, and that's some of the fillers. Give a lot, like both the Trigger Inside and this video had parts where I used the best of my band footage and timed it up. Something I love doing, you know, even though the band's not playing that song, it's cool, and that's loved to end. And the song sent a positive message off, even though a lot of people were like, fucking hell, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Well, sort of. But that show reel, I was like, right, okay, how do you beat that? And that's where this video comes in. So that video got done, and there was a lot changed. Lonely Tree Entertainment was born from that video, and Lonely Tree Entertainment was stripping down the walls, where I could talk more at the camera and basically talk about films I love and express artwork. For a long time, especially with the reality show, I wasn't allowed artwork like that in the background. If you watch the HorrorCon video, I'm on about how I thought the camera, like I thought the show had ended and there was a Lost Boys poster in the background up in the wall house, and I thought that's perfectly fine. I was dancing around like a tit, and that ended up being in the video because I ended up like a tit. But again, like, it's cool to express footage, express who I am, because so long we've been signed, you just couldn't do jack shit. You couldn't, like, no pun intended to Jack there, but you couldn't do anything. there's so many limitations about what you can say and what you can't do, and then you've got to do this, but I don't want to do that. I would rather do it this light, or I would put the light in the face there, and then sit in neon lights. And I've been cool with that, but it gets to the point where you need a new showreel. Now back to Oliver Harper. Oliver was like, right, okay, so what are you doing? Are you editor? Are you like now presenting? Are you producing? Are you filming? Like, what is it doing? I thought, you know what, I don't want to watch you in for the better is more than a milestone in my own life. And that was cool with that. But I need a new showreel. So for a while, so there was a point in my life was a little bit different, and I'll tell you right now that the original showreel for last year was going to be dope. This is just life. This is just life. This is life. Dun 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 dun. So there's a lot of footage filmed in my old house before I moved, and the house was empty, and that was going to be the start. And the video was going to show the building of Arcadia. This is Arcadia, and that's what the video was going to do. It was going to be cool to use dope, and it was all good and happen. I did start to feel the pressure ridiculously quick to the fact that there's a band I like and they were okay to use the music, everything was going to be fine, but then I felt the pressure to deliver in a way that I didn't want to deliver on a showreel. I didn't want to go down the same road. I was got to the point in my life now where I was looking forward, I was having fun, just talking, expressing myself, you know, interacting with people on the internet, that kind of stuff. I didn't want to utilize the archive. I just, you know, it just stalled. It stalled a couple of times. There was an outline made, and I just never had fun with it. And then I got to work with Matty Connor and Condog, and I had a blast doing them 2 music videos. I had a great time collaborating with Matty, and that was enough for me. And then Stomp 66 10-year anniversary music video, so the Creed music video reappeared on Facebook as a 10-year anniversary, and everyone was going, oh my god, I like that, and there was loads of great comments about it. I was like, fucking hell, it was made 10 years ago. It's not like I made it last week, you know. But again, the feedback was good, and I was like, well, that's it, I don't really need to make a showreel. So that was where I was at, and I needed some form of new showreel in a way. That's my original plan. So a couple of years ago I met a guy called Leon, who's awesome because his real name's Leonardo. He's literally got the same name as a turtle. I know there's other famous people named Leonardo, but that's awesome. And he's a real cool cat. He's very funny, he can have a laugh, and I didn't work with him on the same department, you know, I just really passed him like a ship in the night kind of thing. He was pretty cool. He went off, he was just a temporary member of staff, and then he went off, and I didn't see him for about a year or so, and he came back to work for the company, which is pretty cool. And we got talking just about videos. I don't know if the Condog video had just dropped or something like that, but there was something to spark the interest, and he was going, oh yeah, I like making music and stuff, and that was, he was really interested. He was really humble and really cool about it, you know. He wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking DJ. It was none of that. And he's get off with some tracks, and it's always cool to have music by artists. I mean, that was one of the best things about Killing the Boredom. Like when I went to make that movie, I had so much music at my disposal, you know, just for sheer inspiration. Yeah. And again, it's always someone cool when someone goes, oh yeah, here's my music, can you do something with it? Well, maybe it's, you know, chuck it in the archive, and one day it might be useful for someone, and it's cool. Leon sent me a file that was 2 gigabytes. I was like, Christ. So this file downloaded, and there was 20 tracks on it, and I was like, wow, that is absolutely mint. And I put it on, and these were all rough, by the way, at this time, pretty much rough. And I instantly liked his style. And then I heard Assassin. Now, I listen to my music on my computer through Windows, so Windows always crops down the name of the song about that small, you know, and it's just like SS, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it, sorry. But it's SASASSN 15 LH. It's the only time I'm going to try and pronounce it. I'm just going to call it Assassin from now on, okay? It's Assassin. So anyway, as soon as I heard that song, I was like, fuck me, that's amazing. And I was totally like sent off to another, like in this room. I was just like, I was feeling it. I see there's some of there, and then the rest of his tracks are awesome. You know, he's got some really cool stuff. The outro song, "The Lonely Tree Entertainment," is one of them songs. I was working on a project at the time as well called Moments, which is best of my life footage one of the songs. Gonzo was used on that. You know, he's got some really cool beats. He then did a remix of Storm 66, Redemption, which I was really over the moon with, and I just thought, fucking hell, the guy's got so much talent. And I was like, do you mind if I would like to use Assassin as a showreel? And that's the original conversation. He didn't come to me and go, I'll make this a video on that. It was just like, I went to him, I was like, you know, that song's really inspired me, but I don't know what it's inspired me to do. And he was cool. And then Christmas came and went. We work in retail, it's busy. You know, past me, I think he did night shift this year as well. And we went along, like, it was March by the time I actually filmed some of it, but I think what had happened was, like, there was so many things going on. We were trying to do the third Condog video. I also was trying to develop a music video for the Mitch Laddie band. It's Christmas. I was catching a lot of stuff. And I liked the song, and Leon was like, oh, like, but the thing is, going back to the whole story about my showreels, how I always try to express myself to the lyrics and all the different, like, how do you take, like, almost 25 years now of footage and throw it into, like, 3.5 minutes of footage and try and make sense of it. It's, you can hear the music and you just start, like, visually shake because you're trying to use your own fucking memory to make something. It's not like someone else comes along. Ned said it best. You can make a fucking 1,000 different films of my life, but if you want my story of my life, it has to come on my head, and sometimes I'm just like, nah, I'd rather go and do something else. I just don't want to think about it. So, one day, and it probably goes back to Scott Mann, actually, because one day in January, I was talking to Scott Mann, who directed the tournament. He's went on to do some great stuff like The Heist and the Final Score movie. And I asked Scott if I had a Final Score poster from work, and I was like, Scott, like, do you want this? He, oh yeah, will you send it to America? I was like, aye, but I was cheeky enough. I says, can I mind sending my copy of the tournament? Will you sign it? He's like, oh yeah, just send it over. So I sent, like, my copy of the tournament, Final Score, The Heist, all over to Scott to sign, which he did. It was absolutely mint. Separate video, plug. It took 6 months for them to get there, get back, and then Mark McQueen to sign them as well. But that's a different video. But because I've been talking to Scott, and Scott was really cool, and then talking to Mark, two people who were massive influences to me on the tournament. The tournament started coming back. So I was thinking about the tournament a bit, and I think that's where the inspiration from us, because the thing, again, I'm thinking Assassin, the name of the song. And I thought, that'd be pretty cool. An assassin who doesn't want to be an assassin anymore. And my original pick for the video was Alice from In Evil Hour. I thought it'd be really cool for her to be. Again, I just filmed In Evil Hour at the start of this year at the Globe in town, and Alice had her hair like proper neon green and stuff, and I was like, oh, she would look pretty cool in the music video. And I was in talks to, like, do another video with In Evil Hour, but they were also wanting to do, like, this European tour, and the tour came first, and I was like, right, okay, so I definitely need to do something with Leon. And I started thinking about this idea about the assassin thing, and then the location we looked at for Mitch's music video was available, and then I'm thinking neon lights, then I'm thinking a smoke machine, then I'm thinking about filming the story and reflection, and then I thought it's gonna be fucking easy if I just do it. Just literally. Because again, going back to all my old music videos, it's one thing to do it when you've got a production and a fucking budget. When you've got no budget, you can't pay people, and that's it. You just gotta fucking guerrilla film it. I was like, you know what, I'll do it. I'll be arty-farty as much as I want. Tell a story, make that as a showreel. And we filmed it the first night, the whole shaving of my head, the bathroom mirror stuff, the room, the dressing, the neon lights, the smoke. It went brilliant. Brittany was a massive help, massive influence, and so was the courthouse that we use. Obviously buskers is a big part of that as well. And then it was a case like flashbacks to people death. Now the idea was that this would be a prequel to the tournament, because I actually play an assassin in the tournament and get killed by a carrier bag. So I was thinking, oh, this would be really cool as a backstory to the tournament. And a little cool nod to the head, you know, and that's where that story came from as well. And the idea was have it all neon, just because I could, and then anything in black and white. And Leon had no idea what I was up to. He liked every buzz, but he didn't want to see it. Leon was in the video. I went out with Leon's, met all his housemates and stuff as you see, and shot that video. Me and Leon are wearing the same clothes because he's the creator of the song, I'm the creator of the video. That's a little Easter egg there. He was really cool about it. Brittany was in it at the end just to fill the gap. No disrespect to Brittany, but again, she was there. Matt Davies lent us a little toy gun for that. My stepdad Morris lent us his registered sniper rifle gun, which no one wanted to be anywhere near us with that. Jack was meant to be in the video, but April was born. So Jack's had pretty commitments on that. Theo from Slimehouse was going to be it as well, but he's shooting Unit 11, so we're going to try and do this collaboration. Mitch was just a rock star as a normal, just like, oh yeah, I'll just do it, I'll get shot. Paddy and the Buskers, how the Buskers happened as well. There's some really cool stuff about the Buskers, because filming Buskers every week, and where Paddy gets killed is Buskers. We were able to like get loads of pickup stuff every week about Paddy being poisoned. And the glass, when you see the glass just standing at the end of the table, that was literally looking for some more footage of Andrew serving. Again, none of these people had backstories and characters of why they were getting killed. They were just people getting killed. You know, just like Stallone does in Assassins, when he's like, yeah, Robert, what's wrong, Robert? You know, like, you got to kill that person. You know, it's life of an assassin. Depressing. But that was it. Again, I had great fun doing it, and like working with Leon was absolutely awesome. He's been really supportive of it, and like his reaction was awesome when he's seen it. And like, I know his record label, you know, he's got signed since that as well, and I'm over the moon with him to be like, to be a part of it, you know, and like him to be really like, because I no disrespect to some people I've worked with, but I've worked with some people before where video's done. Hello, hello. Hello. Oh. Hello. No, but he's been really respectful and supportive. I'll put that there. But no, this is like extended massive rant from Lonely Tree Entertainment and myself about the making of Assassin. I had great fun doing it. I didn't want to start the edit because it's one thing starting a video, doing a couple of edits here and there. It's another thing where you've got to really go into it and zone out to the music, and honestly, that Leon's music really inspired us. Like, that entire video comes off him just cracking that song out. So maybe it's work with him again in the future. I want to work with Condog again in the future, but yeah. I just thought I'd do this with the Neon Lights, have a good rant, mainly rant about show reels and stuff like that. It's important with a show reel that you make it so you remember. It's great one thing to show somebody, oh, look at all that and all this kind of stuff. So you want to go down that road, that's cool, that's your style, that's what you're into, that's what you're developing, that's what you're getting better. You're only going to better yourself by making a show reel. But like stuff like Change for the Better and stuff like that, it's like, right, okay, never disown your love for doing a song. I do all the time now, because it's like this day and age, it's like you do a Buskers video and someone you get a copyright claim for someone covering someone else's song, and you're like, for fuck's sake, you think that's bad, then you use someone else's song and you use my song without permission, ba-boom. The amount of people that use my video footage without my permission, yeah, it's a different rant about copyright. But no, I hope you like the video. It's very dark, it's very twisted, it's got some origins there. Obviously check out the tournament. I get killed in the montage. I never signed a release form, so I don't think you really see me full face. That's just life though, isn't it? That generally could be the next rant. I want to name it now. Self-assassination. Sit down, have a rant about the tournament, and use all the footage that no one's ever seen. Boom. See you in the outtakes. So here's the outtake. I'm done. I have a massive rant. Like, share and subscribe to the channel. Check out Leon's music as well. Fifth Avenue is the name of the album. I really wanted to bring it out on vinyl, but we sat there one day and like we went on the internet and we're like deloo, and like honest to God, I mean vinyl's back in a big way, but it's fucking cost a fortune. But yeah, I'll be check out his album as well. Definitely need some new lights for this torch. I've been Steve Mason. I am the director of Assassin, also known as SNSSASSN 15LH. That is an ingoing joke that's never going away. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.
And now the end is here.
And roll cam. Action.